Okay, for question 3a, what we actually need to do is actually show that DC over dA equals to 1 over R, whereby R is the radius of the circle, C the circumference, and A the area. So we actually write down what we have. A equals to pi R square, C equals to 2 pi R. And we know that DC over dA, we can actually find it by actually having DC over, in this case, since we know that both of A and C can be linked to R, we can actually write it like this. Okay, this is also what we call the chain rule. So by doing a simple differentiation, we'll be able to solve that dC over dA is equals to 1 over R. Now, after I got dC over dA to be like this, we look at what the question wants us to find. Now, the question actually gives us a rate question. Okay, we know that the rate given to us, dA dt, is a constant rate of 2. Okay, 2 cm square per second. Okay, this one is okay because the units used is always constant. And the rate of increase of the circumference. Now, this rate is not fixed, but it's actually 2 pi is actually, this is constant. Okay, take note. And the rate of the increase of the circumference is actually 2/3 when R equals to K. Now, we know that there is a way that we can actually link the dA dt with the dC dt. By using chain rule, we know that dA dt is actually equals to dC dA. Okay, let me do a bit. It's actually dC dt is equals to dC dA times dA dt. Okay, do a bit of cancellation. Okay, do a bit of cancellation. What do I mean? So actually check that whether you're correct. Okay, yes. Now, the thing is, why I know that I have to use dC dA, since the question actually asked me to show it beforehand. So I will continue right now. dC over dt is actually equals to 1 over R times dA over dt. Now, we know that the rate of dA dt is always remain constant as 2. And we know that dC over dt equals to 2/3 when R equals to K. So this is what you are able to write out. You will sub in the R to be K for the 1 over R. Okay. And from here, I think clearly we will be able to see that K will be equals to 3. Okay, for question 3b, okay, we are given that question. In order to understand what I'm going to explain later, it will be better that I actually draw a very simple sketch of the diagram. Not very nice, okay, but just bear with it. Okay. Now, why diagram is needed to actually aid the explanation of this is because because the question asks to consider total area of the metal sheet used. Remember, the total area is excluding the base. Okay, it's excluding the base. So in order to do that, we will actually need to find out actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas. We need to find out the side area, which I will actually shade it as yellow. Okay, I will also need to find out the area of the face, which I will actually shade as green. And I will actually also need to find out the area of the curved roof, which I actually shade it as red. So what I can actually do is, from here, the total area, first write out first, will be actually first equals to 2x y times 2. This one is for the yellow one, plus for the area of the green color one will be xy plus, okay, the diameter is actually x, so it's actually pi x over 2 square divided by 2. Okay, because it's actually the area of a semicircle, then this whole thing I have to multiply by 2 because I have two areas of the green color. Okay, then the red color area, what I can actually do is I need to find the circumference of the curve, okay, which is actually just pi, which is pi d in the sense x over 2, because only half of the circumference, multiplied by 2x. Okay, this one's already, oh, no multiplication of 2 because I only have one curved region. So doing a bit of simplification, I will have 4xy plus 2xy plus x squared over 4 pi plus x squared pi. Okay, doing a bit of simplifications, I will actually have 6xy plus 5 pi x squared over 4. And this total area, we actually know that it must be equals to 800 pi, because this one is fixed. So doing a bit of simplifications, we know that we have to show the equation. So by observation, just multiply everything by 4. And yes, we get the equation that they actually need. Okay, to actually get the next part, okay, to deduce the volume, what we can actually see is that for the shape, we actually have a cross-sectional area which actually looks like this, which is actually uniform throughout. So what we can actually do is we just use the area of the green color region multiplied by the length, which is 2x, we will actually have the volume. So volume, which they define as V, can just be written as xy plus, okay, where do I actually get the equation? I actually get the equation from here. Okay, so xy plus pi x over 2 square over 2, and this whole thing will multiply by 2x. Now doing a bit of simplification, this will give me 2x squared y plus pi x cubed over 4. Okay, good. So now once I got this, you look at the questions. The question actually wants me to leave the expression in terms of only x only. So what to do? Just now we actually get this equation. So we can see that it is a equation that we can actually make y the subject. Okay, and then from here we can actually just do the substitution, and we will be able to make the equation in terms of only one constant. Okay, so once I reach this step, the next thing that I can actually do is that I can actually do a bit of simplifications. Okay, let's do, this is over 12. Okay, so what I actually do is I cancel 12, cancel x. So this will leave me with this, and minus 5 pi x cubed plus pi x cubed over 4. Okay, so continue with the simplification. This will mean that V, what I can do is, because the question actually wants me to leave it in one full expression, what I can actually do is I can make the denominator the same, and continue with the simplify. What I can have is this. Okay, once I reach this step, I think the only thing that you need to really do is actually to factor out the 2 from the numerator and then do the cancelling. And just factor out, oh sorry, miss out x here. Just factor out 1/6 pi x. I will actually have 1600 minus x squared, and that will give me the expression. Okay, once I get the expressions, if you read the questions, find the values of x and y for which v has its maximum value. This is very clear. We will have to do differentiation. Now, for this question, for this part of the questions, what I will actually try to do is actually to multiply the numbers back in, because I want to do the differentiation term by term. So 1600 pi x over 6. Let me double check again. Yes, then minus pi x cubed over 6. Okay. Now, before we even start, maybe we can do a bit of simplification first. And after I get the simplifications, I'm ready to do term by term differentiation. dv dx is equals to 8000 pi 3 minus, this one should give me pi x squared over 2. Okay. Now, once you got this, at maximum value, it means that dv dx equals to 0. So what I have is 8000 pi minus pi x squared over 2 equals to 0. This implies that pi x squared over 2 equals to 8000 pi over 3. This will means that x squared is equals to 1, let me see, is it times 2, correct? 1600 pi cancel off over 3. So the answer will be x equals to square root 1600 over 3. If you read the questions, the question never asks us to actually find out what the exact value is. So you can just use your calculator. Where is my calculator? Yes. Shift quit. Shift square root. The answer is 1600. 1600 divided by 3. 23.1, which is what the answer needs. Okay, 236. Now, at this point of time, you can actually sub in the x into the original equation to find out what the corresponding y value will be. But before you do that, again, for this type of min-max questions, you will have to do the testing again to show that it's actually maximum. And again, okay, I should use exact values to be more precise. Okay. So because it is a maximum, okay, therefore at x equals to 23.1, v is max. And we are not finished quite yet. We also have to show that at x equals to 23.1, what is the value of y? So what we can actually do is to use one of the equation that's given to us. Okay, so y will be equals to minus of this value here divided by 24 times 23.1, and it should give me 3.02 as the answer.